You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Mystery Girls After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Mystery Girls After Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. This is the after show for Mystery Girls. This is episode 6, Sister Issues. And I'm Heather Joy Smith, and here I'm with...
Hi, guys. I'm Jillian.
Courtney Henderson.
And we have a very special guest with us today. We have Miguel Pinzon with us.
Hi, guys.
Who plays
How are you?
Nick.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm really excited to be on the show, guys.
We're excited to have you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've been wanting you all season.
I've been wanting you guys all season.
Aww.
And here
I'm
we
a little
are.
overwhelmed.
Our hearts.
Here we are.
I'm just whelmed.
You're whelmed? Okay, well, maybe we'll work to overwhelm in the next 15 to 20.
My
I'm just trying to play it really cool.
Yeah.
Hard to please.
Wow.
Well, he took his leather jacket off.
But look at his
whoa.
fabulous shirt that he's wearing.
I'm wearing my 90210 t-shirt.
All right.
Look at that. It's Dylan
Yeah.
instead of the one. The one and only Dylan.
Dylan.
Luke Perry. I actually have 2 90210 t-shirts. And I was going to wear the other one because it actually has the girls on it, but it's so oversized. So it's like my sleeping shirt. Yeah.
So you'll go put that on after.
Yeah. Well, I have a leather jacket, which we'll put on when we talk about. Well, actually,
Later.
people have already seen the show as they're watching
yes.
this.
Yes.
So I'm going to put it on once we start talking about the leather scene.
Okay, so let's get started.
It's going to be a costume change. Like any decent
we love
performer.
costume
That's right.
changes.
Absolutely. As we do on Mystery Girls. We do
Yes.
plenty of costume changes.
Yeah.
Which we love all the costumes on Mystery Girls.
It's
Every week we talk about how cute the outfits are.
It's such bright stuff going on, isn't there? Yeah.
Yes.
Love
It's
it.
fun. We have fun.
So tonight's episode, we have Holly's sister who comes and visits, and she's the younger sister, but she's the doctor of the family, and Holly seems to want to impress her very much.
It's really sweet.
Yeah.
I think we had talked about this before in our other shows, but we were sort of waiting for a role reversal, and we sort of saw it in the beginning scene where Charlie was like really goofy with the hot dog hat, and
Yes.
Holly was like, "We need to be serious." I was waiting for that for a long time, so I'm glad that Tori got to have her by the book moment.
Insouciant.
Yes.
Let's not be insouciant in the office, which, believe me, I had to look up in the dictionary. I did. Who can spell it?
What does it mean?
I blacked out. I don't remember.
You spell it.
Insouciant. INSOUCIANT.
I couldn't find it.
You are not watching a spelling bee, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Mystery Girls After Show on AfterBuzz. But you're a
Could've
great
been fooled.
actor, so you could have fooled us.
Thanks,
Are
guys.
you acting?
No, no.
Improv?
Improv. The goofballs. The doofballs. The sketchballs. That went through many iterations in the script. But I think we ended up with the doofballs.
Yes.
I think it was
The doofballs.
The
Yeah.
doofballs. My favorite was the sketchballs because I was like, oh, sketch comedy, sketchy, weird. The sketchballs. I thought it was cute.
So you said it went through multiple iterations. Can you tell the fans a little bit about how many times you actually tape these things?
Well, in this particular, it changed because like as the week progresses, we get a script on Monday for the table read, and then we rehearse, and then we block all day Tuesday, and we show it for the writers, and then so that we'll get a new script Monday night after the initial table read with everyone in the network there, and then we'll get one Tuesday, and one Wednesday, and one Thursday,
wow.
and it changes, and this is an actual Mystery Girls. This is the script from tonight's episode, guys, written by Erica and Sam, the duo of all duos.
Hey,
They're really awesome people, and this was a really fun episode to work on. But
So what day of the week script is this one?
Blue is, I want to say Blue is like
the 13th.
the 13th, whatever that is. Someone want to check 6/13/14? I think that's like a Thursday. I'm not quite sure.
Right.
Yeah. But
So they change color too.
they change colors just to help
Oh.
you keep track of what's what.
So you don't grab the wrong
Yeah.
one. That's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
pretty great.
It's fun. It's also a lot of paper.
Are they?
But we're not here to save trees.
No.
We're here to make people laugh.
This
Yes.
is Hollywood.
Is that where we are? 'Cause I took a bus and a train and a ski lift and a ski lift.
It's only because you missed your flight.
That's true. I was in Ibiza. Anyways, I'm so glad to be back.
Great. We're glad you're here.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
So back to the episode.
Oh, right. What are we talking about?
I mean,
Mr. Girls, you're on the show.
we are.
Oh, God, I hear that show's awesome. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So let's talk about your character, Nick, who tonight's episode created this mystery for the girls to go and find this missing heiress.
Right. Elizabeth Aldicott,
Yes.
which if you sort of see in that scene where Holly's sister comes, I think you sort of, like Nick, he's really feeling for Holly. He loves her so much, and she gets so down on the dumps. She doesn't even want to laugh at the wieners, and that's clinically, she must be clinically depressed, and not even the massage table turns the evening around. And so I think it's really sweet to see in the relationship to what extent he loves her so much, to the fact, Nick's slightly psychotic, I think, in the most adorable, sane way, if that makes sense. And so he orchestrates this entire mystery to sort of boost morale of the girls, and also to hopefully impress the sister. And as it goes awry,
I mean, but you impressed us, 3/4 of the way through, because it just shows what a Mystery Girl superfan you are, that you were able to...
In the pilot, he reveals that he went dumpster diving for the DVDs, I think. And I think for Nick, he's that character who's the outside fan. And he's that window of getting to connect with the people who you've idolized, and his dreams are coming true. And so it's sweet to see him to live that out, but also, trying to be a capable assistant, which is questionable, because when have we actually seen Nick
saw
work?
the interview when he tried to get hired.
Yeah.
Capable is probably a stretch.
But so savvy.
Such
Yes.
heart. Nick is also, he's an Aries, and he says what's on his mind, and he's determined, and he plays around, but when push comes to shove, he'll get it done. You know what I mean? Just give him a hammer and a tap, some toothpaste. And,
Or a wig.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
He'll make it work.
Can we make a drink?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look like an expert cocktail artist.
I love making a cocktail. I made one right now. I'm just kidding, guys. This is water, guys. This is absolutely water. So, wait, where were we? This is going to happen all night, by the way.
okay.
We're going to forget what we're talking about.
We like hearing your input, though, throughout the
way through.
episode. So go for it.
Okay, fantastic.
Give us much information. So, as we said, Nick does create this mystery for everybody. And I thought it was very creative on Nick's part, because he is in this improv class because he wants to be an actor. And so he creates
Fame.
He wants the fame. And he creates this entire scene in a bar with biker guys.
Yeah.
Is that what you call them? Biker guys?
Yeah, biker dudes.
Biker dudes?
Biker dudes.
Biker dudes.
The biker community, which is, I did a lot of research for this episode, and just infiltrated all the main biker bars in LA, and just
Great.
they're such sweet people.
I totally would have gone with you.
I was on so many hogs in a short amount of time, but no, I think what's awesome is how deep it ran. He involved his entire improv troupe, the Doofballs, and that big the guy who's playing pool, who's actually owns a candle shop. Do you know what I mean?
That's so funny.
Gerald, which is a funny little thing. Don't judge a book by its cover, because just because he looks like a mean biker dude doesn't mean he doesn't own a really sweet soy candle shop in the valley.
But speaking of being sweet, I think this was a really sweet moment for Nick to Holly, because he did know that she was feeling in the dumps, and this is just a really sweet thing for him to do for all of them.
Well, and I think it's a good follow-up to last week's episode where Holly makes the remark about, you only like them because they're famous.
Right.
And it just kind of takes it one step further to prove and show, no, as much as that's where the bond and kind of the initial attraction and love came from, it does stem deeper than that now that you've been a part of the team.
Yeah. It's it's the crazy kind of love, and the little lies you sometimes mothers tell their children to spare their feelings. In this case, Nick is just trying. He's just trying to spare their feelings and raise morale. And I love them for giving that little tidbit of a little more depth within this medium.
I think I appreciated the most because we saw a different layer to Nick. Your character is great for the laughs, and we love the one-liners, and you really bring so much joy into the show. And for me, it was just we got to know more about you. Like I love learning the backstory to you. That's why I think I liked the pilot so much, because we got to see
A lot of backstory.
a lot for you, and I think that was sort of missing in the first 2 episodes, because we were all like, there's this amazing character and he's hilarious and he's obviously, you know, doing such good for these 2 women, but really, who is he?
Yeah, where did he come from?
Yeah. How does he still have a job? We don't know.
What is this?
Yeah.
Because he sent them all away.
Right,
Yeah.
which is something in the pilot that move I love. It's just sort of indicative of what the lengths Nick will go. Like,
Yeah.
he'll go to extremes. He'll completely, you know, who knows like what story he made up to ever, like, you know, the position's been filled, like the girls are dead, I'm sorry, you have to go. Like any number of things, but he'll do it to get his way.
Yeah.
Which is something I love about him.
What did you have to do for the audition? Like, was there a scene that you performed on the show that you had to do for the audition?
For it was from the pilot, and there were 2 scenes. It was the scene where he enters the detective agency and sees the girls for the first time, which is like a very, if you remember, like I run in screaming.
It's a lot.
So as an actor, you're like, well, what level should I play this at? How like far out should I go? And I went far out. You know, you can always like reel me in. Is my rule of thumb. And then the second scene was the interview, all up and through the phone call of like the guy calling about the missing prize show pug, which we see in this episode is the framed pug, the photo of the pug, which that pug, by the way, is Shepard's real pug.
Aww.
Little tidbit, little insider
and
information.
You said the same thing about
the other Easter egg in
the missing heiress.
Oh, right. That's Kate who works on the show and works with Tori. Yeah, she's Elizabeth Aldecon.
That's fun.
Love it.
With like
Keeping it in the family. I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it. You also, I hate to bring up the beginning again, but I just couldn't keep my eyes off of your gorgeous gams in those blue short shorts, sir.
Oh my goodness. There's a couple scenes because we do a lot of sitting on couches, and the network, I think, gave feedback to Wardrobe that they enjoyed seeing Nick in shorts. So they're, which, by the way, I share the same birthday with Tina Turner. So I don't know if that's sort of any accident, but our legs are both insured for millions of dollars.
legs.
Hey.
No, so like, you know, when you sit down, like your pants
Rolls
sort of
up.
like right up a little bit. So like every time, and Nick moves fast. So like when you shoot, I shoot up from the couch, like they sometimes end up riding up and then I have to like shimmy them down. There's this one scene in last week's episode where it's out of frame that I'm pulling them down, but you can see like, what is he doing down there? I'm just pulling my shorts down.
You're just picking a wedgie on national television.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No other, like the best place to do it, I think.
Yeah, where else?
I mean,
Wait, is it time for my leather jacket?
Yeah.
I think it's
Okay,
time.
Let's go
put
back
it
to the
on.
biker bar.
Let's go back to the biker bar and let me put on this leather jacket.
okay, we're going to go
gotta
for a
get
quick
your
Did you
character
wear
change.
this on your biker tour of LA?
Oh yeah, this was a gift
Oh.
from Reynaldo, the Latino biker I made really good friends with. Yeah, he joined my book club.
It's almost like the candle guy, Gerald.
Yeah,
Oh my
they're
gosh,
such
totally.
sensitive. Yeah.
So if
love it.
you follow Miguel on Instagram, you would know that he had
have a lot to share.
a crazy costume change during tonight's episode. And you gave a little bit of a preview to fans. So really,
Yeah.
I was not super surprised, although I do have to say you made quite the transformation.
That first, that
voice.
wig,
The voice.
the voice. Hey, wait.
Yeah, can you do it?
Well, first of all, the first name, his name was Snake, and I forgot that when we shot it at the end, it was Cobra, and I don't know why it changed to Cobra over Snake. Name's Snake, pretty lady, something like that. I don't even remember that.
We're sitting with a different guy.
I just remember hearing it, and I was like, I have never in my life heard him talk like that before.
I know.
Ever.
depth.
Range. Well, because also like
'Cause you were acting.
and because I think Nick at that point had really been working at the craft, like with the doofballs, you know, weekly rehearsals, and that line always got a really good laugh out of me. When goodness, what is his name? Paul, who plays the guys. Like Nick said, I couldn't have the range to play 2 characters. God, expand your craft. The way he did it always really got a giggle out of me because he was like blatantly just like mimicking me, which you got to take the piss out of people, you know.
Yeah.
So that was really, it was really funny. And that wig I'm wearing, little secret is actually Courtney Cox's wig from Cougar Town. People,
You said that
Boom,
somewhere.
truth.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You shared the weave.
We shared. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is unbelievable.
And it's, I think, unbelievable how
Stop.
like what a different person I felt like in that wig. I became Snake. I became Cobra, and I just felt like this. I wanted to get on a hog, but that mustache and the beard thing itched like crazy. I wish it upon not my worst enemy.
I'm sure.
It's terrible.
You were serving straight Bret Michaels. Rock of Love.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Bringing that back.
Great show.
Was that a compliment?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bret Michaels? All right.
Yeah.
Rock star.
All right. Just making sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because you said Rock of Love. That's his, like, has-been reality show. Not his, like, rock
Brilliant
star days.
reality show, I might add. If there were reruns on, I'd still be watching it.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, let's get back to Mr. Girls.
That's
So poor Nick's plan of this whole scene went awry when a huge biker dude walks in.
Yeah.
And the two girls have no idea that that he's actually a real biker dude and not the setup one. And they start beating him around and knocking him down. And
I love that physical gag.
Me too.
By the way, of like the slap, slap,
Oh,
slap.
that was
Yeah.
brilliant. And the way it was
and I think like
shot.
the show lends itself so well to those physical gags, and I love it when they
Yes.
the girls found that in rehearsal, or sometimes they're written into the script. It complements the show really well.
Yes.
I love Tori sort of like cheating out to her sister.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was so funny though how quickly he got knocked down by these two little girls.
Yeah. He looks like he weighs a ton, but he's just a waif.
What a trooper for not fighting back. A true gentleman.
Yeah, and
You know?
trained
Instead.
in stage combat.
Probably
Because
one
he
of
did
the
that
most
fall so many
polite
times.
drug dealers
I was gonna
really?
ask, I actually wrote that on my notes. How many times did they tie him up? That's later, but you same with the fall. Like when you do that,
Oh, when they like wrapped around him.
yeah, when they did that, which I also love, but earlier, but just when you rehearse or when you film, how many times does he have to be able to do that?
He was doing it all the time. And it makes a really scary sound because when he falls, he creates the sound with his hands slapping down. So everyone always thought like, oh my God, did you hurt yourself? He's like, no, this is what I'm
That's-
trained to do.
Is he a stunt actor?
I think he's just
just an actor?
He's just an actor who has stunt training. He's the sweetest guy.
Oh.
Yeah, he's really nice.
But instead,
He also joined my book club.
he did?
Yeah, you guys should join.
What's the
gosh.
first
You're gonna
book?
have to-
What? Yeah, you do you know yet?
No, they've joined in. I've had this book club for years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. What are you reading now? Uh-oh. Did I stump you?
The title that came to mind, I can't share. But we're reading White Oleander.
Oh,
Which
okay.
was adapted into a film, but it's a great book. Currently, only a few pages in.
Great. Thanks for that.
Yay. So the biker dude ends up kidnapping all of you.
Oh my God, and it got scary.
Yeah.
It got scary fast, that turn.
And the poor guy, his sister, is blaming him for not being a good
Love
criminal.
that.
So he's trying to be this good criminal, and he kidnaps them.
Yeah, and you get the comeback of like, also he has sister issues, which is
Yeah.
the title of the
Yeah.
episode. Everyone's got sister issues.
Yep.
What about Nick?
Oh, he's got a ton of sister issues. He also has, his mother is crazy. Nick's
Do we
mother.
ever see his mother?
He won.
Sofia Vergara, are you watching? Mommy? It is an ABC show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sophia's totally
Come
watching.
over to cable, girl.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
She's also Colombian, and I'm Colombian as well. So there are so many just cosmic signs as to why
Yeah.
Sofia Vergara should
You guys
do
are
Mystery Girls.
sync.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
I love it.
I think you need to talk to the writers.
We've tossed around that idea. If we ever meet Nick's mother, the top of our list is Sofia Vergara.
That'd be awesome.
We have to send this to her.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I have her email, so
Okay,
I'll
great,
just send
great,
it.
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just send it. Yeah.
We'll start
she doesn't
hashtagging
respond, I'll
Sofia
call.
Vergara.
yeah.
I tweet at her often.
Do you?
Yeah. Do you guys tweet at people who you're like, they're never going to see my tweet, but I'm just going to like,
Send it
perhaps
anyway.
one day
Right.
they'll see it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure it's like.
Did they ever write you
You're
back?
not alone?
No, Sofia Vergara has yet to tweet me back.
I actually just got followed by one of my people that I always wanted to like.
Who?
be in touch with.
Spill.
Her name, well, it's Carol Radzwell. She's one of the Real Housewives of New York, but
Yes.
she's a writer and a journalist. And one of her books that she wrote just got optioned for a film. So she's out here writing the screenplay.
Amazing.
And I tweeted her about the reunion we did yesterday, because I film on that show as well, and she retweeted and followed me. And I'm like,
Wow.
I'm like,
Go,
Kill
girl.
it.
Woo!
Max on the floor.
Crazy.
Throw the mics.
That's me throwing my fake light onto the table, by the way.
you watch it. Of course you do. I love
Not
it.
really, but I know.
But I mean, you saw the trailer.
I read the
100
traits.
times.
I have every
Page
GIF
six.
or GIF if you want it.
What is it? Is it GIF or GIF?
Jif.
GIF.
I
I saw a
sure?
pronunciation on it, yes.
Oh my god.
And they had the peanut butter thing
Jif.
right next to it. And they were like, if you're trying to figure out how to say it, it's just like the peanut butter.
My mind was
penny
just
drop.
blown.
Yeah, I feel so
Whatever that word is.
uncultured. Like, do you know how many times it's come in conversation I've said GIF? People must have been looking at me in pity.
GIF, GIF, whatever.
Yeah.
GIF,
They've changed my life.
You know.
We'll exchange GIF later.
Yeah, that
Jif.
or
Jif.
they got really confused about how to pronounce the peanut butter.
Yeah, maybe the
One
peanut
of
butter
I
is
don't know what
GIF.
came first, the GIF or the GIF.
Damn.
So, Mystery Girl.
Mystery girls.
Anyway.
So we end up like tied up in the back of that car.
Yes.
He's a terrible driver, by the way. Did you see those turns he was taking?
Yes.
So was the car still that
The
you were
car
in, or
was
was it moving?
still. It was a beautiful classic car. If I could remember what it was, this is when I would tell you. It was goldy color.
I remember seeing that in one of the shots. It was just the end. I couldn't read the name.
Yeah. And they brought it onto the soundstage. We shoot at CBS Radford on stage 20, and they brought the car in, and it was amazing how they like rigged, like they had like lights like this in the back, like to the back seats, and like everything they had to do to sort of be able to capture the shots in the car was impressive. And there was also not a lot of room to move around there, and we had to do that
had to
little like
switch.
seats. There was
Right.
I kept pulling like the plug out of the lights with my legs. It was it was rough, and also got really hot because I was wearing Courtney Cox's wig.
Right.
yeah.
Right. Wow. This is a
So did
special
she get
episode.
it back now? Is she going to wear it again, you think?
No, I think I never forget what exact. It was an episode in which her hair caught on fire. So they used that wig.
Nice.
And I actually felt like kind of visited by her spirit a little bit, like by Courtney Cox's.
Yeah.
So like if you watch the episode closely, which everyone should, you'll see a little bit of like Monica from Friends in my performance. Yeah.
Great. I love that
I
you're
have to see
pulling
this
from
again
props.
I do.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Our prop department, I mean, everyone on this show is so fantastic, but they've been so humor me so much with like little ideas that I have, or I really want a hanky, or I want to be eating in this scene. What could we?
How do we make it happen?
Yeah, how do we make it happen? And they have like this room of like literally anything you can pull out of your head. They're like, oh yeah, we got that.
How different is your wardrobe from Nick's wardrobe?
Um,
Are you guys similar dressers?
we both enjoy a theme. Like for instance, like I'm wearing my 90210 shirt.
Right.
I think we just
you committed tonight.
Yeah, I think we just execute it a little differently. He's a little bit more on the nose, and I guess I'm not. Yeah, but we're both having fun, and I think that's what's most important when you're putting clothes on.
Do you guys get to keep any of the clothes from the show?
No,
None?
none.
Holly got to
She did.
in the show.
Oh,
and
from,
Miss-
on
from
Mystery
Mr.
Girls. I was like, wait, you talked to Tori? She got to keep. Well, it would make sense.
How do you know that Tori got to keep clothes?
Well, that would
Well,
make
we
sense.
talk.
She does.
I mean,
Speaking
right after I call Sophia.
However, I
God,
did-
I lied. I
Tori's
did steal
calling.
socks.
I did
stole
see that
socks.
teal. Oh, you stole socks?
Like you know those little like like the ones that you can't see
little
when you
petty
wear.
socks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whoopsie.
Mm-hmm.
Take it out of his check.
Wait, am I getting paid for this? So someone would be paying me.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of your shirt and 90210, were
I'm gonna
you?
take this off because it's so
Yeah,
hot.
go ahead.
Because it's August in.
Yeah.
Is it August? No,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
No, it's
July.
almost.
It's
2 days.
July
Yeah.
in Los Angeles.
It's hot.
It's not the time for
106
leather.
degrees tomorrow.
What?
That's gross.
That's
Anyways,
right.
I want to know about 90210. So, were you a fan before you
Absolutely.
tested?
Yeah. Donna Martin and Kelly Taylor. I feel like generationally, it was kind of difficult to avoid that show and what it was for like the fabric of entertainment. And I remember I have two older sisters, and my middle sister and I would always watch it together. And like subject matter wise, it was a little bit beyond
Right.
me, but I was in there. Do you know what I mean? And it was also like a bonding thing for us. I remember we'd always have piano practice that day, and then we'd go to Taco Bell, and then we'd get Taco Bell and eat 90210. I love Taco Bell, and so does someone else on the show. Not going to say who.
Oh.
Lots of we eat lots of interesting things. Someone on set also loves Jimmy Dean sausages.
Are these all crafty?
Can put away a Jimmy Dean sausage.
Really?
That someone might be me, but yeah.
So the first time that you met, I was about to say Holly and Charlie, but the first time you
Tori
met them,
and Jenny.
yes, did you like fan out, or were you just like totally cool and keep it together?
And tell the truth.
Yes.
No, the first time I met Tori was in the producer session of the audition, and I remember mentally preparing. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a producer session. You should be ready for the fact that Tori is going to be in the room."
Right.
So I remember being that crazy actor in his room rehearsing by himself, and I printed out a picture of Tori Spelling and like put it on, like, I don't remember what I put it on. It was like just getting used to like, this is who she's going to be in the room and who the scene is opposite.
Right.
I think I worked myself to such a point when I actually went in for the audition and we started doing the scene with the casting director, Allison Silverberg, and Jonathan Clay Harris. Allison was doing the lines, and I started the scene, and I started doing it immediately with Tori.
Right.
But that is like a no in just what you do. Like in an audition, you do it opposite. You do it with the reader, with the casting director. So it was a really bizarre thing where, but like I shot out, and I was like, well, I'm not going to stop now. I'm just going to like keep doing it. And then they like everyone laughed and stopped me, and they're like, all right, let's try to do it again. And you should do it with the person talking, right? And I was like, right, that makes total sense.
Oh, because I already did this at home with Tori, so I
was so ready to do it with Tori, and she was so gracious and just kept like smiling and nodding.
She gave you stuff.
Yeah,
She
totally.
was like,
She couldn't say anything, but she was doing a lot with her face, which is very grateful.
So generous. So generous. So obviously Tori and Jenny knew each other. So did they sort of welcome you with open arms? What's the dynamic between the three of you?
Really, well, they have such a long-standing friendship and shorthand even from working together and I'm actually really glad it never dawned on me about entering such a formed relationship. I just sort of entered it like being, we're all going to be friends, and just jumped right in and didn't, try to like ease my way. And I was just like, here I am. But actually it was really sweet when I did the network test and drove home, and it was like about 20 minutes, and I got a phone call from my agent, and he's like, oh, I want to tell you something. I was like, oh, what's going on? And there's sort of like weird noises going on in the background, and then it ended up being a conference call of everyone in the room, and it was Jenny and Tori and all the producers. Like, we just want to, if you wanted to know if you wanted to be our third mystery girl. I was like, what do you mean? This is crazy.
You're like, I should not be driving now.
So like even from the beginning, they welcomed me in a really like lovely, special way. Yeah.
Aww.
And they've
like
they're moms, and they have that really beautiful maternal energy, which they've extended upon me because it's my first rodeo. I don't know what I'm doing, so they're constantly just sort of in a really caring way, like, oh, you move over here because you're not in your camera. Down. Yeah, pull your shorts down. You got a bat in the cave. All sorts of things. They're looking out, and it's not lost on me how nice that is.
How is it in front of a live audience?
It's like a drug. It's so cool because their energy is palpable, and we absolutely cannot do it without them. And
have you done theater before?
Yeah, I went to NYU for theater, and so I love that component of the show, is that it can change. It is a three-person conversation besides like the people who are in the scene with the audience. And on tape night, it's so fantastic to see what jokes elicit laughter from the audience and what doesn't, because like throughout the week, you hear it a couple times and your opinion on what's funny changes, and then it comes to the audience and they might think something completely different is, and so that's when the writers come over and we tweak jokes and we do alts, and it's really great like what alternates make it into the show. Like one of my favorite ones is, what episode was? I think it was Death Becomes Her, which is the one that ended up airing first, and Holly's talking about her fantasies. Like, well, maybe I went onto like a Greek island with my boyfriend named Yorgo, and then one of the alts was, and you ate yogurt in the nude with John Stamos. Was like one they had just like randomly thrown out there, which stayed, and I loved.
Yes, I was gonna say I remember hearing that.
Yeah, I met John Stamos at a Halloween party, and it was crazy. It's a story I can't tell here. But
Darn.
I know I have so many stories that I can't share.
After we're done.
After we're done, is there an after hours AfterBuzz?
There should be.
Buzz you later.
No, but we'll tweet what we can.
Okay.
Great.
So let's wrap up the episode.
Okay.
And then we'll do some more questions.
Okay, and then we have a special.
And we do have a special thing. Yep. Got it. So we end this episode with Holly and Charlie going back to their Mystery Girl days, where they take a scene from their old Mystery Girls where they wrap somebody up.
And it works.
And it worked. I mean, how did they manage? Well, I mean, the biker dude's like sitting on his cell phone, like, I
Trying to
can't
get service in the woods.
service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Which is not possible. I was camping like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I seriously did not have cell phone service for like 4 days.
Yeah, I think that's why people go camping, to escape all that stuff.
Well, I couldn't decide if I was really stressed when I didn't have it, at first, and then I got back and it was like everything coming in, and I was like, I think I'm more stressed now.
Yeah.
Like, I think I like this camping thing.
And that was the scary thing. Like, we don't have cell service. If it went the other way, he could have killed us.
He could have.
You know what I mean?
But
Thank
I mean,
goodness
it wasn't
they are
good.
Mystery Girls.
Exactly.
And they got this handled.
They sorted it out.
They
And
strapped him to the roof.
Yeah, and I think
Like a
it's,
deer.
Yeah. And I think what's so fun to it's fun to see like that element of the Charlie's Angels, like just sexy ladies like doing it for themselves, and like here you see and I'm trying to think if in any other episode we actually get to see the girls like on a case. Have we? Because like we see them in the bar, we see them questioning. You sort of get to see what it would have been like for them like on an actual episode.
The bling ring.
Oh, yeah.
Right. You're right.
Okay.
But that's something I enjoyed, to actually see them do like this like rough and tough like thing. Yeah, it was cool.
And I don't know if you guys got the same hints on this, but I felt like this is the first time in the whole episode where Holly wasn't trying to impress her sister. She just did it because she knew she had to, and it worked.
Right.
And impressed her sister.
And impressed her sister. Exactly.
I mean,
There's a little pearl there.
Yeah.
Of like something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I really liked this episode for
Me
Holly.
too.
I did, because we're seeing her throughout her journey so far as the silly one that constantly needs to be reeled in, and that there's apologies back and forth, and this episode finally, she sort of redeemed herself all the way through.
She let the leather do the work, which is one of my favorite lines in the episode.
And there was no apologies. Charlie appreciated it, which I think this is like one of the first episodes where she didn't say she was sorry.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Holly didn't have to apologize for anything.
Like,
No,
it was just,
you had some apologizing to do for setting the whole thing up.
Actually, yeah, he really.
Was he sorry, though?
No, because like
In the end, it all
the scene
worked
he ends up in it,
out.
like he ends up making another joke out of like
Yeah.
sort of tricking them. So he like gets away with it.
Yeah.
I
It's
feel
all
like in
fun.
Nick's mind, as soon as it was okay, he was like, oh, I'm great.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. Like luckily.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that's also Nick's thing. He like throws the chips up in the air and just trusts they're gonna fall exactly where they need to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I love
far,
that.
so good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
far so good.
I love that he's just like such a free spirit, though. Just like,
Yeah. I think like that's one of my favorite things about him, is that he just doesn't have a filter or breaks at times, and it just, when you have none of that, it's just, he's just being authentic. He's just being himself and not really questioning how it's going to play out, what people are going to think, and that's something I love about the character, is just his unapologetic authenticity of just being like, hey, here I am.
Looking ahead, can you tell us anything about what's to come?
Well, yes, we have one of my favorite people in the world guest starring, RuPaul.
You don't. I mean, you do.
We
but-
do. Yes. And
Okay, so wait, which
I
version
can't.
of Rue is it?
Rue, as Rue is in real life.
Yes.
Not in drag. And the episode was written by Shepard Boucher. Hey, Shep, because I know you're watching. And it's a really, really fun episode. And it plays to all of the qualities I think people have grown to love on the show. And there's a little like wink wink from Rue doing some fun catchphrases on the show. I was living the entire week of that rehearsal.
Do you watch Drag Race?
Absolutely. I did not it's my dream to be a judge on Drag Race.
Okay.
Yeah, and we played Rue during Rue.
Hey, hey, hey.
We have to send this to a lot of people.
So many
Yeah,
people.
there's
Sofia
so many people who
Vergara, Rue.
I'm going to tweet at Rue because he loves to interact
You'd be an
on
amazing
Twitter.
Yeah.
judge, though. He would be the best judge.
yes.
He is such a generous spirit, so funny, made set a blast. Like during lunch, we would play dirty charades.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, can you
What
even
does that
imagine?
even?
You take titles
I don't want
of
to have
films.
to imagine.
What can we say on here? Like
Keep it PG.
okay, like
13.
for
So we
instance,
can
so you would
kiss
do
with tongue, but that's about it.
okay, so you do like a film, and then
Okay.
you just change the title of the film to make it like a little filthy.
Okay.
So like Breakfast at Queefany's,
Got it.
or like Scat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Okay.
know what I'm
I
saying?
see how this works.
See where this is going.
Dirty charades.
Boom.
We're gonna play.
I
He
just
is
learned something
so
new.
good at it.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't come up with any titles.
Well, Ruth
And literally
was playing
that
it for
week,
a
I was
long
like
time, too.
laying in bed, like, like literally laying in bed.
When this happens.
How can I
tweet
make this
people.
title dirty?
You make like a whole list.
Yeah, well, that was,
You guys
I was
come up
working
with one for
backwards. I was
Mystery
coming.
Girls?
No, something to do tonight while I'm
Laying in
battling
bed in your
insomnia.
oversized
90210 t-shirt.
Well, I'm just excited to see the last few episodes.
Yes.
Yeah, the season and then the finale. We're gonna do a little wrap around and explain some things that happened early on, and maybe somebody comes back
Ooh.
for vengeance.
Oh,
Oh, snap.
interesting. We'll have to think
Could
back
that
now.
be?
Who could that be? I don't know. Who have the mystery girls done wrong?
You're playing coy with us, but actually,
Yeah.
you have a special announcement to make, don't you? About someone in particular.
Yes. Today is the beautiful day that one of our writers of Mystery Girls came into the world,
Ooh.
Sean Zakin.
Yeah.
And, hey, Sean. And I just want, do you guys mind if I sing him
Let's
happy
go.
birthday?
Go
Do
ahead.
you
this
want to
camera?
sing solo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to sing
This
solo.
camera.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my little Sean Sean. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Marilyn.
We, on set, we'd always play this game where like he was pretend to be JFK and I'd pretend to be Marilyn. So it's only
Scandal.
appropriate.
Oh, happy
Escándalo.
birthday.
Escándalo.
Escándalo. Oh my God, thank you for humoring me.
No problem.
Letting me.
We love
We
it.
love you, Sean.
Yes, yes.
And thank you for all the writers for watching every
Oh my
week.
God, yeah, they're
Yeah.
very big fans.
We love them.
They welcomed
We
us with
want them
open
to come
arms.
on.
Yeah,
they're
we
all
should- you
playing.
should
They're
get-
playing coy. You're playing coy.
They're busy bees. They're working on another show.
Yeah, they're writing.
Fair enough.
You know.
They're writing jokes. It's a hard job.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I literally can only imagine. I could never do it.
Well, hopefully, when you guys find out that the show gets picked up for a second season, which you're gonna find out, we'll have them in for the second season. It'll be easy peasy.
Absolutely.
And you'll
they
come
won't
back
be there
too.
for rodeo
Yes.
either.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you'll come back to us
Yes.
too. But
All right.
there's something else
Oh.
going on with you.
Yeah.
So there's this thing called the Teen Choice Awards. We almost forgot. And there's, a few categories, one of which is Male Breakout Star. And somehow this brilliant man got on the bill.
I don't know how that happened. But yay.
Go online and vote for Miguel as the Male Breakout Star for 2014's Teen Choice Awards. And, go on there and, put
You
in
can
the
vote
age.
daily.
Put in the age you feel, not the age you are.
Because you do have to be 13 to 17. But you can feel like you're 13 to
Right?
17. I know I do.
Every day. Every day I go and click that. Miguel, I feel 17.
We're gonna have the link.
I was up so late last night.
Voting for me.
And I voted when I voted, and I went on today. I was like, I gotta vote before I go, so I can say I voted. And it was like, sorry, you have already voted today. Like, I hadn't
You're like,
been
your
logged
time. You're
on.
like, oh, wow. I love that.
So I
Well-
almost, screenshot. Maybe I can later.
It's a really fun
but-
category, too. And there's Richard Brancazio from Chasing Life is also nominated. And then
Yeah.
a young
There's some
man
good
from
people in there.
Rain and Sleepy Hollow and something else.
Amazing. Well, you're our star.
Yes.
So we're all
Thanks,
gonna vote for you.
Absolutely.
Guys, thank you so
And-
much.
And thank you so much for coming on
Oh my,
today.
this has been an absolute joy, and I hope you guys had fun.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Good.
All right, everybody, let them know where they can find you on social media.
So you can find me, Jillian Leff, on Twitter at Jillian Leff, Instagram at Jillian Leff, and I made a Facebook page, Jillian Leff Official. So be sure to find all that. And I also host the Fosters on Monday nights, so look out for that.
I am Courtney Henderson. I can be found on Instagram and Twitter at COUHEN. And I also host Real Housewives of New York, but we're in the finale.
Yay.
Reunions.
We have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Where can we find you?
On Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, it's all the same, and it's Miguel Pinzon. Yeah.
All right, I'm Heather Joy Smith, and you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Heather Joy Smith. I'm also on Chasing Life and Young and Hungry and Rising Star After Show, so we'll see you there too.
Get
Thanks,
it done.
everybody.
Thanks, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.